Om Shri Swami Samarthaya Namaha. The origin of Shri Swami Samarth. Shri Swami Samarth is considered as the fourth incarnation of Shri Dattatreya. The popular and accepted belief is that he is the reincarnation of Shri Narasimha Saraswati. We all know that Shri Narasimha Saraswati left Ganagapuram once for all and went to Kardalivana near Shri Shaila Mallikarjuna for penance. After some years, he moved to Himalayas. There, he is said to have entered into Samadhi. Devotees believe that he continued in that state for more than 300 years. A huge ant hill grew around the corporeal body of Sri Narasimha Saraswati, and no one knew what happened to him afterwards. Many years later, a woodcutter's axe accidentally fell on some bushes about the ant hill. The woodcutter was aghast to find the axe blade stained with blood. Curiosity led him to demolish the ant hill to find out who or what it was that had been hurt by his axe. To his great surprise, he found a yogi absorbed in penance. Slowly, the yogi opened his eyes and rose from his samadhi and looked at the woodcutter, who was trembling with fear and remorse. But to his great surprise, the yogi, beaming with love, spoke gently. "Well, my child, do not be sorry for what has happened. The time has come for me to reappear in this world and to resume my spiritual mission. This is God's will." The yogi who emerged from the ant hill was not Sri Narasimha Saraswati but his incarnation, Sri Swami Samarth. The wound caused by the axe has left a scar on the thigh of Sri Swami Samarth, which was seen as a permanent mark by many close attendants. Sri Swami Samarth, after emerging out of the ant hill, set out on his sojourn about 1758 AD, first in different parts of the interior Himalayas before moving into the plains. The biographers of Sri Swami Samarth do not throw much light on the earlier part of his life. One great disciple, Sri Swami Sut, however, recorded that Sri Swami Samarth first appeared as an 8-year-old boy like Lord Krishna, the son of Devaki, in Chellikeda in central India. But there was no detail about his birthplace, his name, his parentage, or whereabouts. Who can trace the birth of the birthless? Sri Swami was the incarnation of Sri Narasimha Saraswati, the third avatar of Datta Devata. He was not born of human parents. In his later life too, he never gave any information about his name, his age, etc. Sri Swami Samarth was an Avadut, a Mahayogi, a mystic possessing great spiritual powers. An Avaduta means one who has attained the zenith of spiritual attainment. Avadutas are embodiments of wisdom, Jnanamurtis. They feel the oneness and kinship with all the creation and have overflowing love for all. Their mere presence is sanctifying. Their silence is a sermon. Their mere glance is a blessing. Their touch can be a spiritual change and transformation. Sri Swami Samarth appeared like the glorious sun. One of his disciples, Madhav Shastri, residing in Masyalgi, has described him in poetic terms. Birthless and emerging from nowhere, glorious like the sun, extolled by God's beautiful body with glittering eyes, full of compassion, face like the moon, with long arms reaching below the knees, with lion cloth around his waist, with thighs soft like the plantain trunk, with tender lotus feet. Sri Swami Samarth's face always radiated bliss, as beatitude is the state and distinguishing mark of a realized soul. The aura was an indication of divine splendor. Swami Samarth looked young even though his first appearance was in advanced age of his life. His looks were always bright and fresh. There was no wrinkles anywhere. He was tall, more than 6 feet in height. He was an Ajanubahu. His shoulders were broad. He was handsome and wheat-colored in complexion. His ears were big. Their lobes were so thin that they shook with the movements of the body or even of the wind, like that of Lord Gajanana. His belly was large, his forehead was broad, eyebrows grey. His eyes used to look as if they were probing one's innermost soul. The minds of all were an open book to him. There was omniscience in those eyes. His whole figure was august, majestic, and awe-inspiring. While walking, his stride was so big and fast that few could keep pace with him. He looked like a Purana Purush, an ancient rishi, or a Mahamuni. There was always a tilak on his forehead, and his body would be besmeared with sandal paste. He used to wear only a cowpin, codpiece. He had a fine set of teeth. He wore tulsi or rudrakshamala and earrings inset with gems. He was always seen muttering mystic mantras or something which others could not understand. Otherwise, he spoke very little. Often, he would even abuse the visitors, but those abuses were blessings in fact. People of all religions, Hindus, Mohammedans, Parsis, and Christians used to be attracted to him. Likewise, he also used to visit mosques and dargahs just as he used to visit mats and temples. The devotees and disciples who had the good fortune to see him found him in various poses and postures, at times sitting under a tree or lying by the fence or in a temple or on the banks of the river, yet his appearance always commanded respect. Even those who did not know him before and saw him for the first time could experience his towering spiritual stature. He used to talk according to his sweet will or whim. His words used to be usually kind, occasionally abusive too. His face was always full of compassion, kindness, and love. Occasionally, he also looked like a lion, Narasimha. His expression appeared always changing. He cared not whether his action, words, or behavior were understood by others or not. He was always in his own mood, as if playing with himself like a child. The welfare of all people who were suffering from worldly worries was his sole concern. His incarnation as a link in the Dattatreya cult was for general human welfare and for the fulfillment of a mission. After the emergence of Sri Swami Samarth from the Samadhi until in the Himalayas, he travelled all over the country from north to south, from the Himalayas to Kanyakumari. Very little is known about his movements or travel because there was no one with him to record the events. It is verily our misfortune that we have lost some of the best unrecorded incidents in his life. Once, while Swami Samarth was resting under a mango tree, a deer came running to him in panic as if seeking protection. Behind the deer came the hunters who were chasing the animal. Swami Samarth fondled the deer. The hunters demanded of him to release their game, threatening him with their guns. Swami, of course, would not deny protection to the innocent creature. The hunters found, to their dismay, that their guns had become inoperative. Further, they found themselves to have been immobilized, stuck to the spot where they were standing. Wisdom then dawned on them that the person whom they were threatening was a divine personality. Swami pardoned them, asking them to be kind to animals. Once, while Swami was resting under a tree, a deer couple came searching for their young one. Swami Samarth was happy to see them. He began talking to the female deer. You were a pious lady in your previous birth, but once you showed disrespect to saint, and in consequence you are so born in this life. You both are truly to have met me. Meanwhile, the missing fawn also came to join its parents. All were happy at the family reunion. Sri Swami Samarth blessed them and said that they would be born as human beings in their next life. Many fantastic stories are told about Sri Swami Samarth's sojourn in the Himalayas. Wherever he went, yogis came out of their caves to receive him with great respect and reverence. They sought his help and guidance in their yogic and spiritual life. It is said that he visited almost all the holy places in the Himalayas, such as Haridwar, Rishikesh, Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, and Yamunotri. During the course of his travels, Swami Samarth reached Jagannath Puri. While he was there, one mendicant Alvani and his 4 companions from Baroda had come on a pilgrimage there. But unfortunately, they were laid up with high fever, with nobody to render medical aid. They began losing hope for survival and were praying desperately. Just then appeared before them the majestic, towering, and erect figure of Swami Samarth like a kind mother. He stroked their bodies with love, and soon the fever subsided. They became well again, and when they inquired who their benefactor was, he said, "Every place in the world is mine. I move all around. By my favorite haunts are the Sahyadris, the Girinar, and Benares. Besides, I also visit other places, especially Mathurapur, Karver, Karuvapur, Audambari, Karanjnagar, Narsobawade, Ganagapur." Alvani Bua immediately prostrated at the feet of Swami Samarth, knowing him to be the old Narasimha Saraswati. Swami Samarth distributed prasada to Alvani Bua and his companions. The fame of Sri Swami Samarth as an incarnation of Lord Dattatreya spread everywhere. From Jagannath Puri, Swami Samarth travelled to Haridwar on the Ganga, where he performed many miracles. He saved a number of afflicted persons. The blind got their sight, the deaf their hearing, and those suffering from various diseases experienced relief by his mere glance or touch. At Haridwar, there were two Brahmins who had taken to evil and wicked ways. One of them was an athlete and was well built. He would harass and bully pilgrims. He came to Swami Samarth too, and his usual arrogance, and started asking all sorts of questions. Swami Samarth, instead of replying to them, referred to the cow which the Brahmin had secretly killed the previous day. He at once realized the spiritual power of Swami Samarth and repented for his evil ways and fell at Swami's feet, sobbing in remorse. Swami Samarth then asked him to take him to the places where the dead cow lay. The Brahmin took the former there, washed his feet, and sprinkled the holy water on the dead cow. And what a miracle! The dead animal got up and went its way, as if nothing had happened. All those who watched this miracle started extolling the holy name of Sri Swami Samarth. Let us wind up for today, and tomorrow we'll see the other miracles and the people who were blessed by Sri Swami Samarth. Om Shri Swami Samarthaya Namaha. Om Shri Sainataya Namaha.